Why ya kwa her woman come there? Why ya kwa say why ya back and put it come there? Nakatero to Kalabo to Kalaba. Nakatero to Kalabo to Kalaba. Yeah, girl. 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 Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Check it out. Not even when you want to phone, you want to check it out. On a move, on a blow, on a bunyami. On a move, on a blow, on a bunyami. On a move, on a blow, on a bunyami. You will come in, will fair, you're not good. You will come in, will fair. Yeah, girl. You will come and will fair. Yeah, girl. 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 Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Why ya kwa her woman come there? Why ya kwa say why ya back and put it come there? Nakatero to Kalabo to Kalaba. Nakatero to Kalabo to Kalaba. Yeah, girl. 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 Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl.
Okay. Uh, I don't know. Makoya, can you get me? Good evening, Makoya. Are you getting me?
Yes, yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's happening? Your camera is not on.
Ha. Oh, but can I just do a live performance in the program? Okay. Yes,
No issue. Is it because of? Oh yeah. Okay. I think it's much better. You get LEC, so I think you have no issue.
no,
So guys, if you're watching the live, would like to say share the video, share the live. You watching Science in Society. Uh, we here every Tuesday and Friday, bringing you science related stories, science major people who will be able to come on to give their story, to tell their story in the sciences and when it comes to research in the work they do and how their work is making, significant impact into the Liberian society. And we are here. Normally, our guest is already at the back. Our guest today is Mr. Bawin Davis. Mr. Davis is the chief chemist at the Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation. He will be giving us a technical advice. Basically, like what we said from the post, he will be here telling us some of the work they do there and not necessarily propaganda, this kind of lecture or political, but it's going to be more scientific. We also, before I can go further, maybe probably to Makoya to give her own a view because it's her first time here today, so maybe probably she will be able to say something. I would like to say congratulations to Dr. Dubai Christian. He was awarded just a week ago on some of the contribution when it comes to invention in the sciences. And so normally he's always watching our show, our program here. We'd like to say congratulations, Dr. Yan, on your well deserved honor from the post for Nigeria. You did a post couple. I'm going to read that. Maybe probably in terms of count the show when we ending the show. I'm going to read that. I'll grab that and also read that. We will soon be joined by most of our colleagues. And like I said to you, please share the live and couple. Please share the live and invite people to follow the page. It's going to be an amazing discussion today. We'll be hosting Mr. Bawin Davis. Mr. Davis is Chief Chemist at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. We all know water is life, the situation of water in Africa and Liberia is no exception. We'd like to host him today to talk to us because this is part of the Sustainable Development Goal number 6. That talk about water and sanitation. So we believe he's going to be telling us most of the things that surrounding water issue and the water quality management, some of the water we drink in our environment. When it comes to providing drinking water for Liberian, how how are the processes do the water processes they do at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation? So, like I said, if you are watching the live, you can share. This is Science and Society. We are here on Tuesday and on Friday. I will soon be joined by. I'm already here with Makoya. I'll be joined by Edwin Olu Besman and also Jared Boko, Stephanie Gibson. They will be. I think they're already at the back. Okay, Mr. Besman is already here. Stephanie will also be here. Stephanie will join me. And so as soon as every one of them come, our guests, like I said, our guests have been here even before most of our hosts, and he's already waiting. So the tradition normally, maybe he's watching. The tradition normally here is they will wait for all of the hosts to come before we can let our guests in because it requires some form of respect. So, Makoya, what's your impression for today? Let me start from you. Saying you are here today, what's your impression for today? Do you have anything to say? Your impression for today?
going to introduce myself for those that don't know me, Makoya Johnson Terry. And I'm happy to be here to share and learn with every one of you. And yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. So we, Edwin. Great job by Edwin. Edwin, you have any impression on Mr. Darius? Looking at his profile.
Yeah, I mean, just the same old thing. Um, we just need to know his background. We also need to know his upbringing, and his daily life surrounding the things that he do, his activities. We look forward to having a very vibrant show, just like we have always done with other people that we hosted. So yeah, and we'll ask all of the question, that we that needs answer, and I'm sure, yeah, for me, I believe it's gonna be very helpful for us, and we're gonna learn from his story, from his upbringing, and things that he went through, and some of the challenges that he faced along the way, and how did he, overcome those challenges. So these are things that I look forward to hearing from him.
Okay. So we were take Darius. I don't know Darius is on, but she says she's in an area where she can. You getting me, Edwin? Can you get me?
Yeah, of course, I'm hearing you clear.
I okay. So Darius, are you there? If you are there, you can. We want to get a word from you, but I don't know. You said, Darius, are you there? She's she's not getting on. Maybe probably she's still getting set to come on. So we will. Oh, okay. So we will move on and see how probably. So we'll bring our guests on, and while we wait the other guests to get set. There is not ready set yet. She's in doing something somewhere, but she's on already. And so we'll bring our guests on. Someone is listening to their self at the back. I don't know, but so you can just lower. You can just lower the lower what you're listening to. Just lower a
So am
little
I
bit.
okay? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you are clear. You are clear. I'm getting you.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah, but we getting you. We getting you. Yeah, we're getting you. But you listen. You
I don't know whether it's the
you listen
earphone.
to yourself two times in
I'm
at the back.
using. Let me see. I hope that is. So am I okay?
Yes. Yeah, you good. I can manage like this. You good. Can manage like it.
I think it's a
Because I'm
headphone.
getting
Let me
myself
see.
since yeah since you came in. I'm getting myself two times. That's it.
Hello? With all the headphone. Different headphone, yeah. You can make another earpiece, please.
Yeah. So with all the earphone, I think we're getting it's much better now. It's much better, Bowen. It's much better now.
Okay. Yeah,
You are
because
better.
I'm just using the loudspeaker of the phone. I hope I'll get you guys clear. Okay.
Yeah. So we okay. Thank you so much.
So am I
Bowen.
okay?
Welcome to welcome to, yeah, you are okay. Welcome to Science in Society.
Yeah. So thank you. It's good to be here. It's good to share the panel discussion with Edwin, Mohammed. I know you, Maiba Sharif, and Darius. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so I mean, we have two female today and two male on the show. The other female will soon join. Stephanie will soon be here. And so normally we are almost the Sleman won't come today on because he's not feeling well. So I mean, welcome, and I was normally this is Science in Society. We feel free, Bowen. This is actually a show for scientists and those of you who watching the show would like to say to you, this is Science in Society. This is an era where we invite people who are making significant impact in the sciences in STEM. Uh, to just ask them to share their story on what we think, how they can contribute to world development back home in Liberia, and what are some of the things they do in a little corner and where they are in their workplaces. And today I featuring a public servant. He's a chief chemist at the LWSC, and I mean, Civil Servant is also a librarian, even as much as he's a scientist, but he's working in the public sector, and he's going to be giving his own perspective about how he's seeing things, how things are looking. And so I will first of all open the question, and my colleagues will ask one round of question. Then I'll read the comments. A couple of comments will be coming in, and I'm going to read it probably. And I'm also going to open the line for people who also want to participate on the show. They're also going to call on the WhatsApp line. And so the first thing I mean, Mr. Dale, we want to know who is Bawin Davis, and what actually who is him, because I mean I know you. I mean, someone may say you are the chief chemist at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Want to know what are the further hidden information about Bawin Davis, and who is Bawin, what is qualification in the sciences, where is the area of concentration. We want to know this.
Yeah, so thank you very much again. So Baldwin Davis,
Yes, I'm getting you are coming in broken, Mr. Davis.
City, where did my primary and secondary education at the 7 Days Adventist High School. So I'm a product of a rural educational system person. So I graduated around 2005, 2005, and then my first migration was to Monrovia. I came to Monrovia the same year after high school graduation. And then my mom asked me to take one of these universities entrance, so that at least so I can sit down the whole year and then waiting for AU entrances. So I thought it wise to take the entrance for the Stella Maris. So I entered the Stella Maris doing building construction technology in 2006. And then one semester after, I heard this announcement on the radio that the Liberian government, through the administration of the former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, was awarding students a scholarship to travel to Morocco for studies. So while on campus, I hope some of my guys, putting documents together, running to the Ministry of Education at that time on Broad Street. And I just joined them and then said, let me just try. Because, our Liberian people got that thinking that, you got to know somebody in the system, that's the only way, you get yourself, being a new person to Monrovia, not knowing the in and out of this place for Buchanan. So I said, okay, I will give a try. So that same year, 2006, I applied for the scholarship for Morocco, and we were only 5 that were qualified. So I was among the 5 students that traveled to Morocco that year. And then the studies required that you learn French language before you enter the university, because Morocco is a Franco-Arabophone country. So they speak both Arabic and French. So to do your studies in Morocco, you have to study the language before you enter any university of your choice. So initially applied to do medical lab. So I did medical lab at the National Institute of Paramedical Science in Rabat, Morocco. And then I graduated with a bachelor degree in medical lab technology. And then I came back to Liberia 2011, the same year after my graduation, and then started working at the JFK. I served as the head of the lab, especially the microbiology lab for like a year. And then 2012, got another scholarship again to go Morocco to do masters. But this time around, I was advised by the student council, you do lab and then you do master in lab. You'll be working in the same lab. You'll be collecting the same human blood. You'll be doing the same malaria test. So there's nothing new actually. So I said, okay, but then what do you prefer that I do? He said, okay, there's a new course coming called environmental science, environmental engineering. So you can do the entrance for the environmental engineering university, and then you give a try. So I did environmental engineering with concentration in water and wastewater treatment technology at the University of Mohammed V. So I got another bachelor. So I have double bachelor, one as a medical laboratory technologist, and then another one as a water and wastewater treatment technologist.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bawin. I mean, very, good opening, very good opening and short opening. I mean, I'll ask another question, then we'll move to the next panelist. They will be able to ask questions if they have any question to ask before we can move to our discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, for me, I have my question is what is basically your where the work of the chief chemist at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. You've got people who are watching. Some of them are students on this platform. They want to know what is your basic QR or your responsibility at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation.
So basically, I'm the chief chemist for the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Like I said before, upon my graduation, there was an MOU between the scholarship students that are traveling to overseas for studies, and then through the CSA, you are given an opportunity to serve government. So in that MOU, it was stipulated that every 1 year you stay out of the country, you have to work for government for 2 years. So I had interest in working at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. So I started first as a junior engineer, and then with a special project. And then later I was transferred to the White Plains water treatment plant because of the strength and knowledge that I had in water treatment. So I was later promoted as the chief chemist for the lab. Basically, it's about monitoring water inflow into the plant for treatment, knowing the quality of water that you are going to treat, and then knowing which type of chemical needed for treating the type of water that you are treating, and then what quality as regards to best international practice that will guide you to get the needed results for public health benefit. So our work mainly is to monitor all treatment facilities under the auspices of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, especially the hard laboratory that does water treatment. Look at the water quality analysis data, advise management on improving on the quality of water that we produce on a daily basis to the population, and then suggest advanced treatment if necessary. So we also do training for university students, and then also new staff that comes in for employment or internship.
Wow. So it means that your position at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation is very much important. It's an important position. I'm a key student of chemistry too. I know this. Quality insurance is very important. The last time we hosted a female here who was from the Coca-Cola factory, and she was basically explaining similarly. So you also in that same trend, because it's important to know the product that we putting out there to the population, meaning the people who are drinking those products the company is producing, and you are directly into that to see that those products are safe for drinking, are healthy, they have those ingredients that make up the kind of substance like water as a whole. So I mean, I'll go to my panelists, the next panel, my next close. Edwin, you have anything to say?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Mr. Davis, I want to say welcome again. My name is Edwin, and of course, I'm a graduate of Stella Maris too. I attended Stella Maris. I graduated with a BSc in civil engineering, and I think my question surrounds water treatment. Because
Yeah.
in Liberia, the situation with our water, environmental situation, other stuff. So I want to know what is the most common water quality issue that you have encountered, and how do you address those issues?
Yeah, so first thing, let us just get the water quality outlook of our country. And water and sewer is heavily involved into surface water treatment. We in Liberia, we got just two water treatment technology that are method that we are involved into: groundwater and surface water. Like the rural water supply system, they are heavily involved into groundwater supply, like the hand pumps, borehole. And then in urban cities, even though you find some boreholes, but like our institution, we are heavily involved into the extraction of surface water. And our main source of water extraction is the Simpour River. I think we all know what goes on to the Simpour River. So the main cause of water pollution, especially in Monrovia, has been centered around artisanal mining, rubber plantation along the Simpour River, sometimes salt intrusion from the Atlantic Ocean, because the Simpour River goes straight into the Atlantic Ocean. So we can sometimes suspect salt intrusion, salinity, and then also limited waste management from runoff from dump site to our surface water bodies. And then sometimes degraded wetlands. For example, you get a swamp, you backfill the swamp, you build a house on it, then you want to build well, then you want to dig a well on that swamp land. You know what the water quality will look like. So you start complaining, oh, the water brown, oh, the water tasting the potter, the water tasting fresh. It's because where you have built, it's a wetland, you just backfill with the red dirt, and then you build a house, and then you expect to get good water quality. So that's how things are being like in Monrovia. So as a professional who have been in the field for like 10 years, working strictly on water quality issue in the lab. I have been working with some NGOs like international organizations like the World Bank, hire consultant like the Hydrotech. We did some feasibility studies like the DRR, the Desert Research Institute from the US. And then I was with this group to do an assessment on the water quality outlook. And that's what we observed. We divided the Macerado into zones. So along the coastal, we split like the coastal side of Macerado, like from West Point, going through the EBK barrier. People that are living along the seaside. So, and then we got sample from these areas, and then we realized that there were similar results. There were not really significant change in the quality of result and water that came from these areas. And we explained that in detail. What did we find out? And then also around on the other side of the road, like the Savannah land, where you got the white sand, wetland, they present another quality of water. People living on that side, they always face issues with the quality of water of people living in that part of the land. And then also we got the hard land area, people that live in rocky area, hard ground area. The water that leave from these areas present another quality. So like I said again, like water and sewer, we are heavily involved into surface water treatment. Like for the Morovia, we have one of the biggest water treatment plants in Montserrat at the White Plains, and our extraction is heavily from the St. Paul.
Okay, I don't know if Edwin have any other question to add, then we'll move to Makoya. Edwin,
Yeah, I
we'll
think
come back to.
I still have.
You still have
Okay,
question?
okay.
Okay, okay, then we can come back to. Let me ask. They will go to Makoya, then we'll come back to you. Makoya, are you there? Makoya,
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Davis, for
do you
everything. Are you getting me?
you kind of
You sound very low.
you sounding very low. I don't know, but she's from Wake Banga, so she's joining us from Banga, so maybe probably internet. But you can go ahead now, Makoya.
Yeah, Mr. Davis. My question to you is, what are some of the problems you are faced with as a chemist working at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation? And how have you been able to solve those problems over the years?
So do you
Yeah,
understand the
so
question?
thank you very much. Yeah, so the problem is not like personal. It could be an institutional problem. Like unlike water and sewer, other laboratories that involve into water testing, we are mostly faced with the issue of reagent, water testing reagents. So we got the equipment to do all the parameters as required by the WHO drinking water standard. So we need reagent to test for each one of these parameters that pose threat to public health. For example, the WHO requires that there are 3 parameters that should certify a water safe for drinking. For example, we got the physical parameters, and then they got lists of what the physical parameters should require and consider. And then we got the chemical parameters. They got a list of these chemical parameters that should be considered. And then we got the microbiology, the bacteria that should be considered. All of these equipment that do this analysis, the equipment are there, but reagents has been a serious challenge. So we get donation from international organizations. Sometimes the institution themselves will struggle to get them. The main problem is these reagents that conduct all of these tests to certify that the water is good for drinking is not found locally in any store around Monrovia, Liberia. That's the big challenge that we have.
Wow.
So basically the issue is getting reagent to do all the tests that you're supposed to do to say, yes, the water is good for drinking.
So, Makoya, do you still have follow-up question? No, not yet. We should come back, right?
Yes. No, I have
Okay.
a question to clarify what you're saying. So if
Okay.
you don't have all the reagent that is needed to carry on the test to prove that this water is safe for drinking, how do you recommend us drinking water that are not fully tested?
Yeah, so thank you very much. Good question. So as a chemist, you have to be innovative. The WHO drinking water standard, the WHO got the standard for drinking water. And Liberia as a country, by right, they should adapt their own national standard or guideline for drinking water. Because we have not had the opportunity to develop or adapt our own standard, what we do is we still go back to the WHO drinking water standard guideline. And the WHO drinking water standard provide list of quality that should be met before you say yes, the water can be safe for drinking. So they got 8 or more parameters that should be tested for. So as a chemist, what we call indicator analysis. So what we do, we narrow the test into groups. So you getting it? So we narrow the test into group. For example, someone tell you to do heavy metal ion. Whenever you do ion in water, when it's positive, when you do manganese, can be positive because manganese go along with iron. So instead of doing manganese test where we tell you that, oh yes, the water tasting the rusty zinc, and then you do iron, it will also tell you that the water tasting the rusty zinc. You do one, it will give you an indicator that this other one is present. Another way we narrow our analysis to, there's a test called the TDS, the total dissolved solid. It gives you an accumulation of all the minerals that are present in the water. Naturally, minerals are supposed to be in water, but there are guidelines and standards at which the minerals are supposed to be in the water. So when you go above that, then you say, okay, it's not safe, it's safe. So we narrowed that using this case study, the TDS and the chloride, to determine whether there's presence of mineral or there's absence of mineral, or whether this mineral is high or this mineral is low. Like I said earlier, before you treat a water, you should know the quality of the water before you treat or before you test, or know the environmental sanitation zone of the water before you test. So even though WHO asks us to do more than 30 tests to certify that this water is safe for drinking, but it depends on where you get the water. So if you take the water from a zone that you see the water is clean, because the natural properties of water says that the water should be tasteless, colorless, and odorless. So when you have that in mind as a science student, and then you have this list of parameters that you should test for that should clear that the water does not have color, the water does not have taste, and the water does not have odor, then you know how to narrow all these 30 plus parameters that the WHO proposed to us. So this is how we do, and then we satisfy that, yes, this water is safe for drinking using the indicator test regime. And it's approved by the WSP, the Water Safety Plan, by World Bank.
Okay. So we'll come back. We'll come back to Makoya if she has any question. I will come back, but I will move to the comment section, and then I will continue asking my question. Then I move to Edwin. But let me read some of the comments here. And earlier, Sambi Nehila, he said, thanks for the presentation. Congratulations, Bawin. And he said, I'm proud of your progress, and it is not surprising to me. And we have Federation of Liberian Youth official page. He said, we will soon be unveiling the Liberian Young Water Professional Program, and hope we can connect to do more. And we see being Pabi, he's saying, I'm following that's our chapter leader from the United Methodist University. And we have Tatos Kendris William. He said, Mr. Bawin Davis, a Moroccan trained scholar. I'm following live from Morocco. So we're also having Abu Dazin. Abu Dazin is one of our students. He said, I'm following. And so these are the comments for now. We have some comment. We also have Khalifa Donzo. Khalifa Donzo is saying Bawin Davis. He gave a very good Naksa. And then we have, he also say hello, Mohammed and Makoya and the rest of the panelists. Bawin Davis is a certified water Giza. So that's why he says. So I think we also have Bomozi Quita of our team also following. Earlier, Khalifa was also following. So we will continue with the discussion. These are the comments so far, guys, and we continue as so far. But Mr. David actually started on a very good note to admit that this is a very good discussion, because like I keep saying, water is our health. When we're talking about health issue, this is one of the major, because it's also a food that we take into our system, and we should know how how safe it is when we're taking them into our system, and how because nowadays people are coming down with a lot of sicknesses in our community, diarrhea, cholera. I mean, water could cause kidney issue, like you earlier said. I mean, if you have heavy metal into water like lead, I mean, it's gonna cause. Even though water should contain a mineral, like you said, yes, but there are certain kind of heavy metals like lead, nickel, cadmium. These are heavy metals that can easily cause harm to the body. Like maybe died earlier. I did a research on student die in water. Maybe probably in Liberia it's not mostly found, but you can find that in water in water most of it. And you rightly said this is moving towards the UN Sustainable Development Goal. And like I said to you, don't forget before you, as you going along answering the question, the Federation Librarian Youth is also taking a notice of you, and maybe probably they're going to reach to your office in some days to come in, because this is the essence of some of this platform. These are
So,
youth organization and they want to empower youth. So I basically want to ask a question, just
yeah.
one question, then I'll move to my colleague because Edwin is already waiting, always waiting. And so my question is, could you actually clarify to the audience? They want to know because earlier you said Liberia is currently only doing surface water analysis. Could you clarify the difference between surface water and groundwater? What is actually the difference?
Yeah, so surface water, it carries the name. So surface water is any water that you found on top of the ground, especially when it's fresh water.
Okay. But before you can
It could
come
be
to answer the,
river, it would be streams,
yeah,
it would be lake. Uh,
yeah, you are breaking, yeah, you
I
are
think.
breaking,
Then
but
the
before you,
groundwater is the one
yeah, you
that
can,
big.
wow, he's breaking.
Yeah,
Yeah, you kind of a breaking.
yeah, you
You
getting
was kind
me?
of a break. Yeah, I'm getting you. So I'm saying because the reason
Yeah.
I'm
So
asking the reason I'm asking this question is because the audience that are watching, they don't know, some of these audience are not students of environmental science, neither chemistry, so they won't know the difference, right? So to make this clear, because this show is meant for information, making
yeah.
things simple for people. So you was breaking when you were speaking. Can you please go over what you were saying before
Okay.
we?
So like I said, we have surface water. Surface water is any water that is found on top of the ground. So especially when it's fresh water. So it could be river, streams, lakes.
Okay, okay. But
Okay,
you yeah, you are coming in bad.
and
I don't
the
know if you.
groundwater is what from under the ground, beneath the ground. So it could be a well or borehole. Any water that you find under the ground is considered as groundwater. That's why it carries the name.
So
Yeah,
so in
you
a
still
simple
you getting
in
me?
a, yeah, I'm getting you, but you kind of are breaking
It's the
in. No,
internet.
but I'm gonna make it, yeah, internet. But to make it more simple is that people who are watching, maybe you are going
I
to
think
say,
I'm hearing him clear. Maybe it's
Hello,
your side, but I'm getting very clear.
hello.
okay, maybe yeah, maybe it's my side, but maybe it's my side. Then I will give it out to Edwin. Then Edwin can continue. Edwin, you can
I
continue
think
with
the
your
problem is
question.
from
Then
your side.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
I'm hearing very clear. Yeah, so Mr.
So,
Davis,
so
so I like the fact that we are
yeah.
talking about quality, which of course is very much important. I want to know how do you handle emergency or unexpected changes in water quality now that we have floods and different things going on in Liberia? How do you handle emergency or unexpected changes in the quality of water?
So uh, the World Bank have asked every country to adapt what we call the WSP. So the WSP is the Water Safety Plan. The the WHO Liberia branch empowered the MPhil to assemble a team comprising all water producers, people that are in the WASH community, and then to develop a WSP, a water safety plan. So the water safety plan addresses key 3 areas. One, the WSP looks into the catchment, how to safeguard your water catchment. The water catchment has to do with your water source. So where you get your water from. That document advises you to deal with that particular water source with care. And how did they do that for rural communities? They say whenever you build a hand pump, you should put a barricade around that hand pump, take off your slippers, draw your water like the gate, avoid animal intrusion to the hand pump area. I think you can see in some communities, you can see the hand pump, they can build something around it like fence, they will tell you, say, take off your slipper before you draw water. So that idea was adapted from the water safety plan. And then those that are taking water from streams, maybe you live in a village, you can go and draw water from the river. Every chief or town chief has been educated through the same WSP team from Liberia. We visited about 20 different towns and villages around Liberia. So we divided Liberia into segments, the western cluster, the north, and then we just did random visit, and then we try educating them. For example, if you are getting water from a river, it has already been a tradition because we tried having the discussion with town chiefs. They will tell you that, okay, we draw water from down, from upstream, and then people who wash clothes or want to swim, bathe, you collect your water, you bathe below. And then some villages have law. You don't you brush around where you draw your water from. You don't go to the creek with slippers. So you will leave your slipper maybe about 100 feet away from the stream, then you go and draw your water. Where you get your water from, you are not allowed to swim, you're not allowed to take bath, you are not allowed to wash clothes. So that idea was developed from the same water safety plan. How does that translate into urban cities? Into urban city, on the Liberia water and sewer water supply. And then here is it. We have advised most of our customers that are using kiosks. You know the kiosks, the water pump that in the community that you draw your water from. And then we told these guys, we have faucets on these kiosks. Don't put tubes on the kiosk for drawing water. You know, you got to then tie it to the head of the faucet and then tie it with that black rubber. And then people come and strategize to go to community, especially if you cannot get your supply from the pipe-borne system and then you want to get the supply from the public kiosks. Follow these measures. We have also told our valuable customers, when the pipe bursts in your community, don't close the pipe yourself. Channel the complaint through your community chairs or call water and see what hotline. The team will come on the field and then seal up that leak. Don't put plastic there around the tube, around the pipe in the community. Then you carry your bucket, this, that. So the protection of your catchment. So it means where you get your water from. Another area the WSP address is the the storage where you keep your water. That WSP document advise each country that both rural and urban, where you store your water, don't store your water in open bucket and put it on the floor. Most of us now we can say, oh, maybe the water not coming every day, so you draw the water in. The WHSP document advise that when you draw the water that has faucet, don't use cups. Most people would use the drinking, they would tell you, oh, that drinking cup. And they would put the cup on top of the bucket, and then the children from playing with that dirty hand, and then just dip the water to drink. You will recontaminate the water that is already clean and treated. Then the final area that was addressed by that document is monitoring those that handle water from the storage to sensitize those in urban cities and then talk to guys in rural communities. So that's a strategy that we use to help reduce waterborne diseases.
Wow.
We can get bowing. I think I experienced this. He was like breaking in, but he said you were getting him clear.
I think the internet in library is giving problem. But I have another question concerning this reagent stuff that we don't have in Liberia.
Yes, yes,
I want to know
yeah. Myself,
how reliable is the other thing that they used to do on water quality or water treatment. How reliable it is.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I think
I think
we
the
have
internet.
interruption
Yes,
in
the
the internet
internet issue.
system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
Mr.
So
Davis, I
let me
have
explain
another
or I
question.
should, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I understood the first one is clear. So my second question has to do with this issue of quality. I mean, testing water and knowing its quality. Now that you were talking about reagent that we don't have enough or something like that, and I want to know those other methods that we use to purify water that we used to test to do for water quality. How can we ensure the accuracy and readability of those analytical methods that we use for doing to detect contaminants in our water?
The internet is giving him power. But
I
when
think the
can you
internet
get
is
us?
stripping.
Yeah, so sometimes I always say this. Uh, when you know the source of your water, you will know how to treat it, and then you will know which. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we're getting you. We can get you. Yeah, you are okay, but
You
you
are
are
clear.
coming.
You are
Can
clear.
you?
Hello.
But when can
Saying
you go out and come back in? Can you go out? Just go out the studio and come back in. Can you do that?
okay. All right. Let me do that. Let me do that and see. Let me do
Yeah, you
that and
can go
see.
out and come back and see what's gonna happen.
Ah.
So he's gonna go out and come back in, folks. We're facing a little bit an internet issue in Liberia. I mean, the discussion was trying to be good, but I don't know. But hope that it's gonna be good with him. But Edwin, you were saying something about his the issue of
Yeah,
reagent,
I was
right?
saying something about water
You getting me?
quality
You were saying
because
something about the issue
water
of
quality
reagent.
is one of the important issues in Liberia. And now that he was talking about reagent, that we don't have it in Liberia, but there are other ways that they can use to treat water, to purify water. So my question I was trying to ask is the fact that even though we don't have reagents and the other methods that they use for testing water, doing purification, how how can we ensure that those methods are reliable? This is a question I was asking. How can we ensure that the accuracy and the readability of those things that we are doing? Because when we are doing testing, we got to test for everything. We got to make sure that our water, we got to make sure that they are free of contaminants, and also considering environmental issues, which of course is another factor in this discussion. TRS. So I wish Mr. David can come on so we can just ask this question. So guys, please bear with us. I think the internet is giving a little problem, but Mr. Davis, can you hear me now?
Yeah, so Edwin, am I okay?
Yeah, you are okay.
Yeah,
You are
you're
okay
very
now.
much okay. I think it's clear. So I was asking concerning the water quality is something that you talk about, saying that we don't have reagent, but there are other methods that we can use to do water testing and purification. I want to know, how can we ensure the accuracy and the readability of those other methods that we use for the testing and purification?
Yeah, here's how I answer this question. Like I said, we are treating surface water. So if it was groundwater or other water, then we could, So what is the main quality issue with the water that we are using? I'm saying the raw water itself, the water, the St. Paul River. So when we understand the quality and what treatment technology we apply to treat that water, then you know which test that we should be doing on the water, and then which one that is lacking that we need to improve on. So feasibility studies on where the White Plains water treatment plant is situated shows that the St. Paul River has just 3 major quality issues. One, the St. Paul River has turbidity problem. So the turbidity has to do with the color. That's the first issue, the first concern that was noticed on the St. Paul River where the plant was built. 2, the river has a bacterial issue. Why the bacterial issue? Because the St. Paul River, where it's situated, we have villages along the river banks. We have people having farms, agricultural is heavily going on around that river. People are fishing on that river. So these were the 2 major quality issues that was detected during that feasibility study after doing all of the analysis on heavy metals, on pH, on salinity, on nitrate, this, that. The river, because it has a large volume, it does what we call the mixing reaction. So even where there is runoff and maybe there's iron or lead in that water, because it's mixed with that heavy volume of the St. Paul River, that the quantity of the water reduced substantially the quality of mineral in that river. For example, the total dissolved solid that accumulate the quantity of mineral that should be in the water. When you check the WHO standard of quantity of mineral that should be in water acceptable for drinking, the WHO say we should have around 500 milligram per liter or 500 ppm. Do you know what the quality in TDS of the St. Paul River is? The total mineral deposit in the river is? The highest is around 60 milligram per liter. So you can see the difference. The WHO quality is telling you that you should have around 200 or 500 before it be acceptable for drinking. But here we say the river that we are scratching for water, for treatment, is just around 60. What does that water tell you? It means that water is free from all heavy metals. Like I said, the major issue of the St. Paul River is bacteria and color. So the bacteria and color is the main focus of treatment and testing. Even though we don't shy away from doing other follow-up tests to keep the water, to keep our data abreast with some of the other mineral deposits, because maybe in time to come there will be industries, pin industries or other industries built on the river, and then we'll know what the quality or what they are sending into that river is. So we do other tests to do follow-up, but it's done periodically. So what we do, we monitor the river on an hourly basis. So every hour, we do physical analysis on the river, chemical analysis on the river, and then bacterial analysis on that river. Water and Sewer is a government institution that is heavily supported by the government and partners, World Bank, African Development Bank. So we don't easily run out of reagent just like that. I'm just giving you the minute, the scarcity of reagent that you don't find in country easily, just in case we run out of reagent. Or we don't do external testing. Maybe you got your mineral water factory and you want us to test for you, we'll tell you no. So our services, only our lab, only run our own services because we are doing routine monitoring, especially on an hourly basis. Like I said, the treatment technology that we use for treating the St. Paul River is the conventional water treatment plant and system. That's what we use. So not all water use the conventional water treatment technology.
Okay. Are you there? Okay. Yeah, you can.
Hello. So like I said.
Yeah.
Like I said, depending on the water source, the water source will determine the type of test to do on that particular water. If you're collecting water from a swampland, the test that you conduct on that swamp water will be different from the water that you conduct, test that you conduct from a borehole or from hand pump. It will be different from the test that you conduct on a well. It will be different from the test that you conduct on a river. So these are the stages. So because we testing the St. Paul River and our issue is just color and bacteria, we know which test to do and we know which treatment to apply. So if you get your mineral water factory and near the sea where you say, oh, the water tasting salty, and you want us to test and treat for you, there will be another stage of test and will be another stage of treatment. Okay. So they are not the same because they are not from the same source. So the quality of that water will be addressed based on where the source of that water comes from. So that's the main core issue that most of us need to carry home. Then let me just provide one quick information. Most of us haven't seen that we don't have jurisdiction on water production facilities in Liberia, like the mineral water factories around. We don't have jurisdiction on these factories. The NFIL has that strict mandate to monitor all mineral water factories around. So we only deal with what we extract and treat and supply. So for quick information, when you read the public health law of Liberia, it tells you that section 3 of that public health law that has the title environmental sanitation. It gave a demarcation between water extraction point and water production point. For example, it says that whenever you have a well or a hand pump or where you're supposed to get the water from drinking, that water source should be 100 feet away from graveyard, from dump site, and from your water.
Wow. Internet is very bad. Please, in but
Hello?
yeah, we get you now. We get you.
Yeah, yeah. So as I was saying, so the public health law made it clear that
Wow. So I mean, if you are watching Mr. Darius, you can go and come back in again. But
we ask ourselves,
Darius, welcome to the show, Darius. Okay, he's already here.
yeah, then we ask ourselves, where we get our wells, where we get our hand pumps, where we draw our water from drinking every day. Is it far away, 100 feet away from graveyard, cemetery? You know, people get died, they say, bury me in my yard. I think it's something common in Liberia.
Yeah,
It's not acceptable, it's unacceptable under the public health law. Even the EPA condemns that. So imagine once you get a graveyard or you bury someone in a yard and you get your well directly in that yard, just know that dead body water you're drinking. It's just common sense. 2, they tell you that it should be 100 feet away from dump site. So you're living in Soniwen or you're living around the landfill area, and then you got shadow wells. It's a public health concern. It's a serious public health issue. Then the last one there is the septic tank. So you get half lot of land that is just 80 by 60 feet in diameter, length and height, and then you got your septic tank right in the yard, and then you build your hand pump right in front of the house. Not even 100 feet away from that land. What do you expect from that kind of water? So it means that you need advanced technology to treat that water before you drink. You can't drink that water directly. So that's the new information that most of us lack. And then the WHO standard tells us that before you drink a water, the water should meet all physical properties, it should meet all chemical properties, and it should meet all microbial properties. So imagine you buy a mineral water from the market, and then you check on the bottle or the plastic bag, you don't see the indication of these 3 parameters, then you're drinking that water at your own risk. I think that's a new information I'm providing.
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
So that's why when you buy maybe food stuff in the market, you find people, you be looking on the cup, looking at the ingredients. Yeah, looking at the ingredient, looking at the properties, what are, composed of that particular product. So why you don't do that with water? You want to drink the water, you don't know what are the properties that is in that water before you drink. And you just drink. So these are the things that have caused serious public health issue. That's why you find in Labrador, most people coming down with typhoid.
Okay.
Most of the hospital cases are all waterborne cases, especially from Monrovia, I must admit. Especially those are not on the public
Wow. Internet is giving him some issue.
It's very bad.
Yeah, his internet is very much bad. I don't know, but you can, if you listen to all Mr. Darius, you can go and come back in, and then probably we'll take question from the other people who also want to ask question. Uh, some of our colleagues who are here who want to ask question. Darius, welcome.
Thank you, my man. I've been here. In person.
So, what is your take on the presentation so far? You're gonna come back. The guest gonna come. But what is your take on the presentation?
I'm learning a lot from him, and the one that read it
Tears in
had my
darkness.
attention.
She's
Is
she's not in darkness. Yeah.
it? Honestly, everything he said, and I'm learning, but the one that really caught my attention is the diarrhea aspect because not diarrhea but the typhoid. Yeah, a lot of people this water pollution thing it gives a lot of people typhoid. So I really want to know the cause and how
He
can
gonna
we see how best we can find a solution for our own safety.
yeah. I hope that he's gonna come back. We'll go around. Let's see who get to Makoya. Makoya, do you have anything to say from the presentation so far that the guests did? I mean, we should show. I don't know. We unlock it today or unlock it for the by internet.
You actually came in broken. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, I say, do you have anything to say concerning the presentation from the guest? He's gonna come back. Let's hope that he's gonna come back. But do you have anything to say while he coming while waiting?
Yeah, his presentation is good. I'm learning a lot about water and sewer in Liberia. Yeah, yeah, that's all.
About you know everyone is kind of learning a lot. Folks say if you even if folks are there, but I want to read some comment before getting to Edwin. Let me read some comment. Maybe probably when he come, he's gonna address this comment here. And someone is saying they are from the Todman National Institute of Medical Arts and say thanks for the presentation and I hope the government of Liberia will use your knowledge and expertise that you have acquired in this course to train fellow librarians by offering these courses in most of our university. Thanks, veteran like this. So he say I'm proud of you. And so we have for Tatos William. They say Mr. Davis, how has the latest flooding affected our water quality for Montreal? When he comes, he's going to answer this question. Maybe we're going to get it. We don't know yet. And so, Abel is saying, keep up the good work, my brother. And BN is saying, my question to Mr. David. I think earlier he answered this question already about LWS having a regulatory impact on those factories that are producing plastic water in terms of their quality and
I
water safety.
have a question with that.
Yeah. So I think he already answered, but you can. There's another way around. We can see how he can be able to, because myself has some point on that, and so another person said thanks Bowing. I'm sure if LWSC implement its own standard, it will meet what it requires well. WHO will not give you all you need. And another person said, tell them, brother-in-law, that. But I think before I can get to Edwin, I have my own different kind of view with the issue of WHO. I mean, standard. Every country should kind of go by, no matter how you have your standard in your country, when it comes to water analysis, you should go by WHO standard because this is a standard set around the world that that countries are going by. So Liberia is not an exception. People should also know this as Liberia is not an exception, and we should we should be aware of it because this is something that everyone is in Liberia should have their own kind of regular standard. Yes, we need our own standard, but every time you have standard, you should compare to WHO standard to see if your standard is actually working. So it's not a crime to go by WHO standard. Is or I mean, a standard, but we have Tracy. Before we can go to
I'm
the
sure.
guests, yeah, before we can go to the guests, I will go to Tracy. Tracy, welcome. Tracy George, welcome. Today we have two persons from Boncante.
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed.
Yeah, we have two persons from Boncante today, and then Stephanie finally here. Stephanie, welcome too.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, mommy.
Do
It's
you
great
have
to
any?
be here again.
Okay, so I mean, Stephanie, let's start from Stephanie before going to Tracy, then we'll go back to Edwin. Do you have any other question to ask? Or always, I want to start from you before going because Darius is kind of facing some problem. Do you have any question to ask? Because I guess you've been listening before coming.
Uh,
Okay, so concerning everything that um our chief chemist just said, I must commend him because today was very educative. Some of us were able to know a bit about some of the water policy. But then all of the policies that you have listed, I would like to know like um if people are not following those policies, do they have like something like punishment or whatsoever? Because everybody just living a life in Liberia, all of those things that you're talking, everybody just taking it to be cool, like what you say, no pain, prayer, all that type of thing. Like you saying it here on the media and people know that they're not supposed to do it. But is there any rule of law like that says that if you do this, this will happen and this will happen? Because I'm kind of a shock. This is my first time hearing all of those things that you have said. So that's my question.
Baum, before we can come to you today, like Wednesday, you in house Zoom. We got all the full Shambo veteran, full Shambo guests here with us today. So today, I don't know the questions will be coming. Even Darius is waiting for when the question. Even Makoya, earlier Makoya was asking the question, and also Tracy. So wait, you take the first question before we can go around because I think the internet is better. I don't know who is playing music.
Yeah, so Stephanie, you are welcome. Thank you for that question. You getting me?
Yeah, we're getting.
Yes, I am.
Stephanie, is that coming?
Edwin leading on the
Stephanie?
show today.
Yeah, we're getting Bowing. Wow. His internet is giving serious issue. I don't know. I don't think this is from Liberia. So when he come back with after 70 question, we'll go to Darius question and then Derek, you have any question to ask? You are muted.
Yes, I have a question. But I
Oh,
would
okay.
love for
So
him.
yeah, after Stephanie, then you ask your question. So after Stephanie, then you ask your question. So he's already here. Let me bring him on. So but we can answer the last question, then we'll go to the next person. Because
Yeah,
your internet is not.
Stephanie, so it's Stephanie questions, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so Stephanie, here is the thing. Liberia is a country of law. And there are most of the laws that are on our book that some of us are not really okay with. And like I just indicated, there's an existing amended public health law of 2017, and that
Okay.
law addresses all have potential issues. And some of these water producers or those that are building in waterways or in dangerous zone, I'm sure the MPhil that is charged with that responsibility, I think they have an educative arm that does some jingles on radio advising people not to build wells or hand pumps in areas where you have garbages or around cemeteries or that is closer to septic tank. But our people now, before the people can can come on their inspection, the people already be in a house. You go tell the person, say, close your well down because your septic tank here. You know that another, it won't be easy. Yeah, they will complain and forgetting to know
Okay.
it is for their own good and for their own health benefit.
Okay.
So there are laws
So
on the book. Like I said, the
So
public
Nana,
health law of Liberia.
do you
I'm
have
sure
any
it
follow-up question?
prescribed punishment for them. Yeah, even the
yes, I
EPA, the
do.
EPA regulations. Yeah,
Stephanie, I think your question is
excuse
okay, right?
me.
Yeah, my
So
question
you got it?
has been answered. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So another question that I have like most of the people that are like subscribing to you guys channel of getting water, and most of them can complain like today water and sewer line is off, like today no water coming. So I would like to know what can really be the root cause of that. Like sometimes you hear people say today no water. Yeah, so it kind of make me confused because you mentioned earlier that you guys get your water from surface water, and that is river, lake, and other things. So how does that happen that the river can go dry? How does that really happen? Like you guys say your line are close.
So I think
Ah, uh,
wow, Stephanie, you asked the question, you
this.
say how
So let me more. Yeah, let me make
okay.
that disclaimer quick. Yeah, I'm not a PRO for water and sewer. I'm here to talk for water and sewer business.
Yeah,
So
so
I
he's a
only just here to talk about whether the water should be good for you to drink or it should not be good for you to drink. So let me just show a small hint because I know there are a lot of perception people have been carrying about what the acute water supply. So sometimes it could be political, uh, mostly it's technical. It's technical. We are using heavy equipment, heavy pumps, chemicals to treat the simple river and then supply it to Monrovia. When you see the stretch of our supply, our transmission line, it's around 45 kilometers. So you know White Plains? You been White Plains before?
No.
So from White Plains to Central Monrovia is around 45
wow,
kilometers that we use to convey the water through from the water treatment plant to Monrovia. It's into a 36 diameter pipe. Like I said, we use heavy machines.
wow. Today I don't know what's happening. Maybe probably this issue of the internet is giving problem. There is, I don't know, the internet does not want you to ask your question or what. So
The
I mean,
internet have the way to when I ask my question,
yeah.
then
So
it
I
will
mean,
catch the
Stephanie, I
thing.
think I think the question, your question
My question already been
was answered.
answered.
Yeah, yeah, because he's not actually, he's a technical person at Liberia Water and Sewer. So some of those things he's not actually
So
responsible.
to summarize your question, most of these things has been technical issue. Yeah? So and that technical issue sometimes surround electricity supply, sometimes a border around the equipment that we use. Sometimes it break down. We have to order the part from overseas. We have to get the heavy the high lift pumps repair, and then stuff like that. And then sometimes the pipe that bring the water to Morville can rupture, they get bust. And then it will take us sometimes weeks to get it repaired. So that have been the scenario. But I think of late, you have noticed consistent water supply, right?
A bit.
So we'll go to Darius. Darius, if you have your question, you can ask. He's listening already. So, but because of the internet, we'll just take one more question, right, and then we can probably go to him. So, Darius, you can ask your question.
Yeah. Okay, so Mr. David, my question has to do with this Stafford thing, right? So this is it. We are in
Yeah.
Liberia and we value or we use mineral water more than, let me say plastic water more than bottled water. Like it's not that we are poor, but this is something we are being introduced to, so we are more used to it more than bottled water, right? But then this thing called sulfur is all over, especially in the rural areas. This sulfur business is getting worse every day, right? To the extent that those mineral water or those plastic water are not purified. If you open a pack of water and then just use a white cloth to, is it getting me? Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he's gone off, but he's going to come back. So what is happening to the internet? Isn't I don't think this is the internet. This is Probably maybe for the system
This has to
today or
do with
something.
where he's sitting or where he is right now.
Yeah, because I don't think it's internet. It was giving some problem earlier. The system was giving problem, and myself experienced similar thing. Only Edwin, we're just leaving Edwin, but now we see there's a problem from only he one now. Everyone is settled down, but he's also coming, still coming on. Let's see if we can get him on. But I mean, it's
Alabama network is so bad.
yeah. I think he can change his location if he getting us. He can change his location because we
One
also coming out and
dearest,
see.
Makoya and Stephanie Nego are so strong, so they are living in strategic area.
Yeah, and Makoya is joining us from Bon County. Just imagine.
Some people ask some question in the comment section. I think we can read some of the question there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So after Darius' question, then we can read those questions, and after we can take question from Tracy and Makoya. Then I mean we can just call
My
it a
question
day
has already
because
been asked.
you already asked question. Okay, so only Tracy.
So
Then
the question I'm asking is similar to the one Darius is about to answer. I don't think it's
okay.
required for me to repeat it.
Yeah, just think of bottled water. Oh, Liberia, we are a bit civilized in Liberia, but we love our plastic water. We
I'm
want
not
to
hearing
drink
you,
bottled.
dearest.
Oh, you people getting me?
Yeah, we're getting today. You kind of low. What's happening to you?
Yeah, I know
I'm missing air.
they broke your heart.
Yeah, I know. I know today.
I'm missing effort today. So we say, okay, let me.
You mean now?
Yeah, we're getting yes.
Yeah. My question has to do with this Tafel thing, right? The plastic water thing and the bottled water thing. We are in Liberia. We do bottled water like that, but at the end we still have to do plastic water at our various houses. And Tafel is getting worse in Liberia, right? Just imagine a poor man having Tafel. He has to drink bottled water. Can somebody who is already, you know, fighting to survive have to change his water to bottled water just to see how best he can construct his sickness or what? It's a problem. And especially the people that are in the rural areas, they are the ones who are mostly experiencing it the most. So what are they doing about it? Because from what I have observed and what we know, the plastic water is no more purified like the way it used to. The people are just doing it anyhow, anyway, and sell it outside. Then we, the people, or we, the buyers, get so sick every time. Imagine me drinking bottled water. The amount of money I'll be taking to be buying whole sack every time, that money can do something better for me. It's not that I can't afford it, but plastic water isn't bad. So what are they really
So,
doing
but let
about
me
it?
let me just give you
So
my
for
experience. Let me just give you my experience here with the whole issue of
Mm.
the water thing. I don't know, but I was on a presentation. Was it on Monday, and it was surrounding the whole thing about water because we working on a project there that have to do with the whole goal number 6, the sustainable development goal number 6. So where the city where I live, and then I asked a question because initially when I came, I was a bit afraid of drinking the water because we have tap water in the houses. So I normally see people drinking those water, but I'm afraid. I've been living here on drinking mineral water. So I mean, I was even informed by the director for the water purification center, like LWSC, that most of the water that the tap water are purified. He said to me, he even confirmed that to me that you can drink it. It's even more safe than even the bottled waters you are drinking. That's what he said to me. So I was like, wow, wow, with this, I hope this is gonna be like Liberia one day. Wow, with this, I hope this is gonna be
Exactly.
like Liberia one
Uh,
day. Yeah, because
and
I
I'm not
mean,
cutting you off, right? But if you want to
yeah,
get more
yeah. I
discouraged
mean,
about bottled water, just take a clean white handkerchief or something very white and then try to sift out the water with it. You will
safeguard
get
the
so
water with age.
discouraged about
You will
drinking
get so
plastic water.
discouraged about drinking plastic water.
Wow, I think the guest is on will
Get his own will
manage like this, so you can
manage
ask your
like this,
question.
so you can ask your question.
Yeah. So Darius,
There is you can you have
There is you have.
Okay.
yeah, you are
So let me
asking
ask
question. I didn't get
So
your
let me
question.
ask my
Yeah.
yeah, my question has to
yeah,
do
my
with
question
this
has to do with this
TAFO thing,
TAFO
right?
thing, right?
So
Yeah.
So
mostly in Liberia we
mostly
are
in Liberia
experiencing
we are
TAFO.
experiencing
And the
TAFO.
reason is simple.
And the reason is
The water
simple.
we drink.
The water we
And especially
drink.
the people
Yeah.
that are in the
And
rural areas.
especially the people that are
Before
in
I
the
can say we
rural
that are in the city.
areas. Before I can
We
say we
notice
that are in
that
the
the
city.
mineral water, which is the
We notice that the
is
mineral
not
water,
really
which is
purified.
is not
So
really
at the
purified.
end, it
So
gives
at the
us
end,
TAFO.
it gives us TAFO.
And that is so bad.
And that
Reason
is so
is
bad.
that
Reason
just
is
imagine
that just
a
imagine
man who is struggling to
a
pay
man who
his
is struggling to
children's
pay
school
his
fee or trying to
children's
provide
school
for
fee
his
or trying to
family,
provide for his
come down with
family,
TAFO.
come down with TAFO.
That means the water
That
he can
means
drink,
the
he have to
water he
put
can
start to
drink, he
it and
have to
then
put
see how
start to
best
it and then see
he can
how
start
best
drinking
he
bottled
can start
water
drinking bottled
for the time
waters
being.
for the time being.
And that is money he will be
And that is
wasting.
money he will be
Because
wasting.
the
Because
$5 he will take
the
to
five
buy a
dollars he will
sack of
take to buy
water,
a sack of
he can
water,
buy he can even start
he can even start
a sack of
a
water,
sack of water,
plastic own a
plastic
business, right?
on a
So
business,
what is the
right?
solution
So
you
what is the
people are
solution
trying
you
to
people are
find
trying
for
to
this
find
TAFO
for
thing,
this TAFO
especially the
thing,
water?
especially the water?
Yeah. So what we do, we encourage everyone that live in urban city to connect on the water and sewer line on the public facility. So if you're living around Pinsville, you're living around
Why?
He's off again.
So this issue of as soon as they ready to answer their question, then he can. I mean, he will be freezing. So I don't know. but
Eh,
but
eh,
there is, I
eh,
think.
he was actually in flight, like saying the
Actually, in
best way
flight,
to
like
stop
saying
to
Yeah,
solve
I
the
think
that
he's
best
here
way
now.
issue.
to
I think he's here. I think
so
he's here now.
solve that issue.
yeah.
I
So
think he's here now.
yeah. So as I was saying, the best water in the country that you can depend on wholly and solely that you won't experience stuff for is the water and sewer water. That I can say for a fact. Two, uh, the TAFO issue is not it's not solely on the water we drink. Even the food, the kind of food we eat, dirty food we eat, uh, contribute to us getting TAFO every time. You go red light, you see people saying, the sweet pork. They give you the toothpick, you juke in there, you eat in there going. Now your TAFO is coming there. You see the chicken feet barbecue. The trainer saying in the waiter, you hungry, you see it, you want buy it, you want eat it. So these are all contributing factors to TAFO. But it's not just the water. Even though drinking dirty water gives you TAFO, but eating street food, reduce, the level of street food you eat. Sometimes I let you go in, use the barrel pass through some of the restaurant kitchen, see how the kitchen is set up. It will give you an idea whether you are eating clean food or you are eating dirty food.
Wow. So there
That's
is
all
you
I
have
can
any
say.
follow up?
Yeah, he does.
You have any follow up question? I hope you are not
Okay.
guilty. The way
He
I hope you
no,
get it. I hope you get
I
it to
am
the
a
chicken
bit
pop thing. The
Chicken,
chicken
you
Hello?
pop
street
thing.
I
food.
am a
And
bit
and
Where are
guilty
another
you
about
getting
it
thing.
all
though.
street food?
I am a bit guilty, but I can look at
Hello?
people before I buy from them, right? So I have another question.
Wow.
And the question has to do with you said water
Also,
and
you can be looking
silver.
at people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
You talk about water and silver and you said that if we want to
and
There is you have any
have
follow up?
a purified water, we should get it from you people. Oh, he going up
Your
blind
question.
again. So
Yeah.
Okay, please ask my question just in case I go offline, right? But he said something about if we want or purify water, we should get it from Water and Saver. A lot of these days now, everyone's selling cycle water. So many people supplying so many people. So how can we know that the water is from Water and Saver? And how is that local looking or what is written on that water? And if a person wants to buy water from them, where can the person go to get the water? So just in case I go off now, somebody can please ask my question for me. How can we
But
get
I
it?
think I think he's already coming on, so your question will be answered. But I mean, there is. I hope you wasn't you and Stephanie
You boy, I
when
was a
when
bit
Mr.
guilty, yeah.
when Mr. Baum was answering, saying something about this book issue. Stephanie, hope is your change. I was like, Stephanie, hope is your change because I
Definitely,
know
the
this.
rest can use truthful.
Yes, but yeah,
Thank you,
Mommy,
but
Bashi.
mommy,
The last
Edwin,
time,
leave me on the line, yeah.
yeah,
Edwin, leave me.
the last time I went to go buy roasted beef from a guy, the man said to me, I go look at his fingernails. It's very dirty. Oh, I lost my appetite screen. I said, you uncle, see you setting in your nails looking like this. But I said in a polite way, so you can get first too. But I said in a
and
polite way, so you can get first too.
yeah. So he's already here. He's on already. We'll manage like this. So,
Yeah,
Mr. Davis, I
Darius, you
hope
can
you
go
you
ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Mr. Davis, are you hearing
It
me?
seems like he's still going.
My
I
bro,
think Mr.
time
Davis
you.
can change. I think Mr. Davis
My
can change the
brother,
location.
mate.
Like I've
Yeah.
made?
Hi,
So
Mr.
so
Derek.
so he's already. Wow.
My
Internet.
brother, mate. You hear MC Carol telling you.
Uh,
He's on. Oh.
Edwin, where are you? Where are you? You keep on talking about Liberia internet. Where are you?
Edwin is running war. Saying you don't know where it's Edwin. Edwin is running war.
I'm in Malaysia.
I see why you frisky on us. But then I think me, Darius, and
Tracy Omakoya.
yeah, Tracy and Makoya. I
Darius,
think
which
we
country you in?
oh, you boy, if
Darius.
you in Malaysia, then you think where I am. Eh, I'm not in Liberia. Oh.
In
Is that my network
Slovakia.
stable?
I'm in Switzerland.
Tracy, do you have anything to say? Your camera is not on.
Yeah, I don't
I
have anything
said,
to say already. I really don't have a question because I came in a bit late. And the part where I met him talking was about the well business, where our wells should be dug, and the environment in which we should. Yeah, I came in a bit late, so I don't have a question. I'm just listening to the various questions and the way he's answering it. Yeah.
So you are. I hope you are not bit guilty when they are talking about the pork issue or the issue of the street food.
I'm not feeling guilty because
Steph,
there are there are
yes.
certain food that I
I'm
can
so
eat in
sorry
the
to
street
cut
and say, so I was
Toso
not
off.
guilty of
I'm
that.
about to go offline. My phone battery is low, and
Okay.
my charger isn't around me.
Okay, so we got you. We got you. Tracy, you can go ahead. We got you already.
I'll ask you a question. I will
Yeah, so
ask
you
you a
should please tell
question.
Mohammed Edwin.
Okay.
But we
Also,
we
you
getting
should please
the
ask my question for me. Where we can get like a purified water from? Alright, sis.
Okay,
Bye.
I hear you.
Yeah, bye
For
bye.
real, mommy. How is it like she's okay, bye sis?
Yeah, Tracy, you can go ahead. You're
Mommy,
in flight before we can be able to close because I know the internet is
Edwin,
giving you issues.
Yeah.
you guys are looking at ghost to Dara, so how is it possible that all of our on land then she said please tell mommy and
No issue. Tracy,
Tracy
we'll
you're
back to
in
you.
flight.
Yes, Mama.
Yeah, you can go ahead now.
Why what this?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Mame?
Yeah, so I think we can get closer now because we're going all of time. I would just, I don't know, we have other question, other, I mean, we can he can answer those questions, and we, because of the buy internet issue, folks, we like to say sorry for the interruptions because of the internet issue back in Liberia. And if you are watching, this show is a proud sponsor of the I Have Liberia project and the Liberian Data Dose. We are here, team of panelists from different areas. Stephanie is from the Boy Before Boys, and Darius is also part of our team. She's also the chapter leader from Advantage University. Makoya Donzo is also from CU. Tracy George is from CU, also from our team. And we are always here on Tuesday and Friday. Because of the internet issue, we can actually find our way, but our guest is already in his bag again. But we just go back to him so he can make his parting comment. If Stephanie, you can add Derek question, then he gets close up. But before he can close up, maybe probably we can get comment from everyone, then before he can close. So we start from Makoya.
Okay.
You have any comment? You have any comment, Makoya? So I don't think Makoya have a question. Stephanie?
Okay, so sir, Darius was in flight, but then you went off. The question that she wanted to ask was, you talk about the best means to get safe drinking water. One of the best water that you can trust to drink is from water and sewer. So she would like to know, how can we know that this water
Yeah.
is from water and sewer? Is there maybe a local that you guys are using that
Or a
if you
station?
go to buy mineral water, people will know that it comes from water and sewer? And another thing is, if it is not, if you guys are not producing mineral water or whatsoever, in terms of your pipe, the pipe that you guys connect directly from the source to to whosoever that want the water and running water now, which sometimes people can use to drink, how can we rest assured that yes indeed, um the channel, the pipe that before the water leave the source to come to your house, most often, sometimes our water pipe in our house can be 5 years. It can get rusted. How can we be rest assured that the water that we are drinking is clean when it have passed through all of those pipes that has spent up to 10 years
Now,
being rusted? Yeah. So how can we rest assured that the water that we're drinking is safe?
wow. So
Don't tell
Stephanie,
me
is
say
it
all the thing I was
after
talking, you be
after
killing
after
me.
you finish after you finish asking all your question, I just about to say this to you. Like just cut your question, seem short, and he'll be able to address the question. So he's back. So Mr. Terry, you can address the question, and then
Yeah. So, Stephanie,
Yes, sir.
this is how I will. Yeah. So this is how I'm going to answer this question.
yeah, you
A
can just
few
answer
years
very short.
ago. Yeah. So, a few years ago, we did a swap analysis on mineral water factories in Monrovia. We visited over 150 different mineral water factories. And these are the things we discovered. One, we wanted to know whether they were connected on the water and sewer line or they were having their own wells. We found out that mostly they dug their own well, and then at the end, because from the beginning of their businesses, the water was good. You could hear testimonies from people in the community that, oh yes, the water tasting sweet. We like the water. But the moment they switched and started getting water from the ground, from their wells or borehole, you find out that that's feedback from the community. Oh, the water tasting the potter. The water tasting, the ORS. Once you find out the water tasting that way, or it having a smell, you know straight that it's not water and sewer water. Another way you can identify is ask them for the test result on the water that they are selling to you. Just say the water that you're selling to me, you can test it. Yeah, let me see how the result look like. If they don't present a comprehensive result of that water, please don't drink that water. So if you drink that water, you'll be drinking it at your own risk. That's how I can answer.
Okay, so I mean, I think
A question.
yeah, my
No, the second
yeah.
question. I'm
The
coming.
second, what was the second question? Was that what was it about?
The second question has to do with the channel now. For those that you guys are supplying through homes, like the water pipe. Some of us that you guys are supplying, sometimes the pipes, our pipes can make up to 10 years with us. So how can we
let me get me the question short because the internet is bad. She's saying how safe is the water passing through the pipe? How safe is the pipe?
Yeah, so the water is heavily treated with chlorine. And you know chlorine kills bacteria, chlorine kills germs, and chlorine kills viruses. So one of the most effective ways to purify water is by using chlorine. Advanced technology has advised us that we should use UV. So most of the mineral water factories around, they use UV instead of chlorine. Us, we use chlorine, the traditional purification system. That's what I'm saying. When the pipe get burst, call water and sewer. Don't put plastic there to patch the pipe. When you do that, you'll be reintroducing germs into your water. And then when you get sick, don't say that water and sewer water made me sick, because that water is very safe. I have results for the water that go to your house every hour. So if you tell me, say the water not good, I can tell you 1 hour you drank that water, no, not good. I think I will give you the result for that particular water. And once we realize that the water that going to you not safe, we shut the whole water system down in Monrovia. We won't pump water that whole day until that system is corrected.
Makoya?
So that's it. That's the measure that we put in place.
Your last question?
Yeah, so I'm speaking for those that in a rural area, like for me in Bon County, right? Where we don't have water and sewer running in the county. So how can we be sure that the water that we are getting, the plastic water we are getting, is safe for us? And are there policies that you have put in place to help those that are in a rural area to drink safe water, especially the plastic ones that we buy on the street and other places?
It's true. I pity your condition, I pity your fear. The information I provide to you make you scared now. So here is it. Water and sewer has a mandate to supply water only in urban cities, BB cities. And Banca is no exception. The government is working to bring water to Banca in the near future. We have made a proposal already about supplying Banca through the World Bank. So we just waiting for funding to do that. In the meantime, I've just given you tips of how you can know the water you're drinking, whether it's correct or it's not correct. Banca is small. I know you know most of the mineral water factories around. Right? Say, this is what I want you to do as a science person. 1, visit any of the mineral water factory. Here, as in where you get your well. Once you find out water near swamp, they taking the water from the filter mineral water. Once it's around swamp, it should raise an eyebrow. 2, once it's around dumper, they getting that water from. Get where you can get that water from before you have to take other mineral water. Once it's around dumper, it should raise a concern. When you're around graveyard, it should raise a concern. Don't buy water from there again. They tell one, they play the well air when you're near septic tank. Don't buy water from that particular factory. Change your factory, go to a different factory to buy your water. You getting that point?
Two, ask them, how you're treating the water that you're getting from here that closer to this septic tank? How you're treating the water from here that close to the swamp? How you're treating the water that coming from that near the graveyard? Let me show you an analytical data that will show you both the physical, the chemical, and the microbial properties, indicating the WHO guidelines on it. Say, yeah, that was test here that we're going to do on the water in line with WHO. When you look at it, when everything correct, then you safe to drink that water. If they can show you it, go to a different mineral water factory. That's the advice. You getting it? So when they show you the well must be far from dumper, the well must be far from swamp, the well must be far from graveyard. It should be far from septic tank. One is far from these three areas, then you safe to drink that water. Then in the factory where they can do the manufacturing, because I know they will not want to allow you, ask them, say, how do you people purify in the water? There are three key things that they should explain to you and show you. One, they should have a carbon filter, they should have a macron filter, they should have a thread filter, and they should have a UV light. If they don't have the full treatment unit in that mineral water factory, don't drink that water. Let me go over it. Even if that water factory is near swamp, is near graveyard, is near dumper, ask them, how are you treating the water that coming from under the ground? They should show you 4 different things. One, they should show you a carbon filter. They should show you a macron filter. They should show you a thread filter. And they should show you a UV light. If they can show you the 3 things that they are using to treat that water, go to a different factory. That's all I can say. Because by right, Ministry of Health should close that mineral water factory down right away. If they can show you tests that they're conducting on that water, if they can show you the 4 things that are there listed, call Ministry of Health, they will close that water factory down. And 2, don't buy that water again, go to a different mineral water factory.
I think the internet is good. Tracy, do you have any question to ask? Then we can move to Mr. Deal for a parting comment. Makwa, are you okay now, right? With the questions, right?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Mommy,
Thank you.
Yes.
mommy,
Yeah.
I still got one question for them. May I beg you? Let me ask me.
Yeah, but before you can come in, I think Edwin having asked question really. Edwin today, you see, you guys are.
Edwin just taking notes. He just taking notes. He just taking notes. The major ready. What is?
Yeah, just taking some notes, but I don't
Yeah.
really have question. I just want to also read some of the things in the comment section.
Comment.
I think some people asking question in the comment section. So after
comment
Stephanie asks a question, then we can go back to the comment
sure.
section.
Yeah, but Stephanie,
Okay,
before you can
so,
come
sir.
in, before Stephanie,
Sure.
let's
you
do it
again.
by road. Stephanie, let's
last
do this by road. Stephanie, let's do this by road. I beg. Let's go to Tracy, then we can come to you. Then before we can go.
Yeah,
to the
let
comment section.
Tracy
I think
ask
like-
question too.
Tracy, do you have any question
Your
to ask?
Excellency Tracy Josh.
No, I don't have any questions. All the other questions
Wow.
are cleared.
Wow. So you see,
Tracy is
Tracy.
following. She's following.
Yeah,
I think
Tracy is
so.
following. Like she enjoying the lectures.
Okay, so let's go to Stephanie. Stephanie, you have the ball in your court now.
Ask the last question, Yama.
Okay. Okay, sir. So, you're talking about your what? I'm so concerned about the water channel. In terms of the pipe, right? You guys run from our houses to your
Yeah.
water sources, to
Yeah.
source, because I know that only one source you're taking it from.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in Fall River.
So, is there a time frame that you guys can change the pipe, like the connection line? Because once water is passing through that pipe, it gets slippery. At the end of the day, you will see more growing on it, and what else you? And then you are saying that the fact that they get chlorine in the water, it is more safer. What become of that environment? The pipe environment is not conducive for that type of thing, like for water to pass. So you guys don't have a specific time frame, like maybe after 10 years we'll be able to change the pipe because there might be more growing in it or other plants, harmful plants or materials. I want to know that.
Yeah, so Tracy, let me, Stephanie. So
Stephanie,
here is the thing. Uh, that pipe is made specifically for water transport. So there are different
Hello.
pipes on the market. Yeah, you getting me?
Stephanie, he's talking. You are not getting the appearance from you, but he's talking very clear now.
So you getting me, Tracy? Stephanie?
You can go
Yes.
ahead. You can
Yeah.
go ahead, Mr. David.
So like I was saying, the pipe that we use is the PVC pipe. That pipe is manufactured specifically for water transport. So it's not iron pipe. It's not a pipe that you can pass wire in. No, it's made specifically for water, and there should be a constant water supply in that pipeline. All the things you're talking about there, it will not appear in that pipe when that pipe is running fully with a chlorinated water. But if you supply the water, you get water for more than 1 month. More will start to grow in the pipe, especially where heat. Okay, that's what can happen. And then at the end of the day, we have to increase the concentration of the chlorine supply, and then it will wipe away all that mold and slippery you're talking about. So that's the only way you can transport water. So you can go digging in the ground again to take out the pipe for a new one. No. That pipe is supposed to be there for the next 50, 100 years.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, before we can go to the comment section, I think Edwin, you want to read the comments from the comment section, then before I can ask my question, then he can close.
Yeah, of course, I can do that. So, this other person, Sengbe Willie, say thanks for the presentation. Thanks, Mr. Davis. I'm proud of your progress. It's not surprising to me. Federation of Librarian uses we will soon be unveiling the Librarian Young Water Professional Program, and I hope we can connect to do more. Bien Papi say following. Tatas Kedere Williams say Mr. Bowen Davis of Morocco trained scholar. I'm following live from Morocco. Abu Nuji Dasin say following. Keep up the great work, Mr. Bowen. Gideon Bowen says, I'm from Tottenham National Institute of Medical Arts. Thanks for the presentation, and I hope the government of Liberia will use your knowledge and expertise that you have acquired in this course to train fellow librarians by offering these courses in most of the university. Thanks, veteran, for the presentation. I'm so proud of you. Tata is asking a question again. He say a quick question for Mr. Davis. How has flooding lately affected our quality, knowing fully well that we are using surface water? And even now he's saying, keep up the good work, my brother. BM Pavi is asking another question. Does Labor Water and Soil Corporation have any regulatory impact on those factories that are producing plastic water in terms of their water quality and water safety plan? Then we have Ayo Kwame said, tell them BIL. We have Shadrach Chadden say, I'm following from Police Academy. We have MLP say, strong. So these are the comments and the question. But I think Mr. David can just address some of the question that have
Yeah,
been asked in this comment section. The first one say, how has the flooding lately affected our quality and knowing fully well that we are using surface water?
yeah. So one of the way flooding affect the quality of St. Paul River is it increase the turbidity. So imagine if the water depth was around 20 NTU, it will increase it to 40, sometimes up to 50 NTU. So it means that we'll have to use more chemical to treat the water instead of us using less. So instead, if we supposed to use around 10 bags per day, we'll be using around 20 bags of aluminum sulfate just to get rid of the dye from runoff
Okay.
in the St. Paul. So that has affected the institution a lot, and we spend a lot of money in buying water treatment chemicals to get all these contaminants from the water. So the quantity is impacted by flooding, especially during the rainy season.
Okay,
What's
the
the next
next
question?
question says, Does Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation have any regulatory impact on those factories that are producing plastic water in terms of their water quality and water safety plan?
No, no. So the sole institution that have the authority to monitor all plastic waters in the country is the NFIL, the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, through the Division of Environmental, Environmental and something Occupational Health Department. So they are the one responsible to do that. Like I said, we did mapping in Monrovia. We visited around one. So here is the data that we got, Mohammed.
Okay.
Just in Monrovia alone, we have over 550, I think 53 different mineral water factories. Some are known, some are unknown. So
Okay.
this is just a new revelation of information that I'm giving to the platform. So just in Monrovia alone, I'm not talking about Bonkante, Kakata, Rabofi Highway. Just in Monrovia, between EW Junction to Brewerville, we have over 500 plus mineral water plastic component in Maserado. Some of these mineral water factories, they are not under the base, they are not even registered. You don't even know them. Some of them had a factory in their living room, in their garages, some of them in their kitchen. But the one that unveil themselves to say, oh yeah, we producing water at our mineral water factory here. Just in Monrovia alone, there are around 500 plus. We did a survey, we realized that 80% of the mineral water producing factory are not in line with their quality, are not in line with the WHO drinking water standard. They produce very poor quality to our citizenry. And that's why make our people getting sick every day, one time for. Either the water don't have issue on taste, it will have issue on bacteria, it will have issue on color. Sometimes you buy the mineral water plastic bag, you set it down after, as soon as the sunlight strike on the water change to red. And it causes serious health issue. Let me just give you some of the health implications of some of the water factories that are in town, especially in Monrovia. One, doing our survey and test sampling, we realized that most of the mineral water factory around Central Monrovia, the water that they produce has bacteria in it, E. coli. The second thing that we noticed was iron, the heavy metals iron. And then 3, nitrates. What are the public health effects of having water that has iron, that has nitrate, or that has lead in it? For example, you drink water that has iron in it for the next 5-10 years. The day you go to any hospital around, either GFK Redemption, you do your kidney test, they will tell you that you get cancer. Just from the plastic bag water you drink it. 2, you found out we gave the plastic bag water to our children that have high concentration of fluoride and nitrates in it. When the children drink the water, it causes mental issue to the children, retarded memory. You get your little child that's supposed to be very smart at the age of 6. You teach the child ABC. More than 1 week, you ask the child, come and recite ABC. The child not even want to recite from A to F. They start beating the child. You think that the child is dull. No, that the type of water that the child drinking from Monrovia that was causing that issue to the child. It's not that the child dull, but it's the type of mineral water that you're buying and you're drinking. And these are some of the things that we detected. The Public Health Institute tried closing down some of the mineral water factory, but they started using the business registry and through the Commerce Ministry saying that the legal business registry and this, that. And we saw that they started opening again, reproducing. So that has been a serious challenge. And I was on that team. I was one of the analysts doing the sample. of some of these water factories around. And that is a serious health challenge to the population. But there are a lot of things that we overlook in our country.
Okay, so Mr.
So
David,
I say
yeah,
no, water and sewer don't have jurisdiction on who produce mineral water, who don't produce. So anybody produce water at will. So it's the Ministry of Health through the MPhil supposed to be the one policing them and closing all of these mineral water factories that don't meet best standard.
okay. So I think these are all the questions, right, Edwin?
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. So I have question to ask earlier, but I won't ask question again. Maybe you can do this in your closing, because earlier the internet gave us some problem, even went above our time, and you have to make some statements. The question is, maybe probably you can do that in your closing. Maybe Edwin have question, but I just want to just ask this question, then you can get to in your closing. That's how to
Yeah.
do with what's your take on improvement of science and technology. I mean, educational wise of in the improvement of STEM education in Liberia, and also you talk about
Yeah.
chemicals, the issue of chemicals being one of the greatest problem Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation is facing is the issue of chemicals, bringing chemical, and knowing for the word that LW is getting more funding from organizations like WHO, World Bank. I mean, why can't this organization take some of this initiative? Because I know that bringing chemicals sometimes cause some problem. Even if you have the money, it sometimes cause some problem because there are certain chemicals that take time to come because of some regulation, international regulation and stuff. So why
Yeah.
can the same World Bank and WHO use some of these organization, bigger organization, to be able to bring in these chemicals instead of them bringing funding? They can also use some of those funding for project, because the chemicals is important for water treatment. If there's no chemical, people won't drink safe water. So I mean, that also. And then my last question in your closing, you get to that on the issue. What is your take as a chemist, as an analyst, or a quality insurance or officer working at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation on the issue of the cyanide? The recent they are having the cyanide pollution in the Liberian Ivorian border. We have not getting result yet from the Environmental Protection Agency. Hope that there'll be a result. But I saw Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation on that press release that they are also partner working. So I know you're not going to go in depth with it because it requires professional standard. But what is your view
Yeah.
when it comes to the public safety and on some of these things? So
Yeah.
you can
So
just you can
thank
just
you
close
very
up.
much. It was
You
a
can just
great.
close up. You can just close on now.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah. So thank you very much. Great discussion. Very informative. Very educative. Thank to the panelists for all these beautiful questions asked. And I think I'll try my best to exhaust most of these questions, especially those making comments. And the advantage of STEM, especially for those science students, yes, it's very good because one is widening your comprehension skill. It make you think critically. It make you have a third eye. So what am I trying to say? For example, you got a calculator that tells you 2 plus 2 supposed to give you 4. And then the calculator tells you 2 plus 2, 5. STEM
okay,
will make you think critically and say, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. A technology which tells you 2 plus 2, you know that's supposed to give you 4, it give you 5. So you have to revisit. It will make you think critically to say, no, uh, this problem that I'm trying to solve, this is not the way. You'll be innovative for sure.
okay,
So it widen your innovation skill, it widen your comprehension skill, it widen your critical thinking skill as well. And I will encourage most of the Liberian students. Most of them will say, "Oh, sounds very hard. It's difficult. It make you study too much." I always told my students, let's not forget, I didn't, maybe escape my mind. I've been teaching for the past 8 years now, I teach at the Tubman National Institute for Medical Arts, so the TNIMA. So I've been teaching there for the past 8 years. I teach clinical microbiology, and at the
Okay.
same time, I teach water treatment and water supply for the environmental health students.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm a guest lecturer for the public health department at the UL, and sometimes I do guest lecturing at the environmental science department at the UL Fenner campus.
Okay.
So, there have been a lot of information that I've shared with students. Students have come to our laboratory. I have given them tons of documents, to read. For example, the WSP documents are some tools that you can use, to broaden your scope on how water treatment, water supply technology is like. And then we have the quality control roadmap USAID did for the Labrador Water and Sewer through the Tetra Tech USAID project. That document is available online. It's called the Quality Assurance Plan for water supply. So these are
Okay.
documents that you can read, and then I'm one of the major contributors to this document, especially the WSP Labrador WSP. It's a WHO Labrador WSP document that was drafted for rural water supply system. I'm one of the contributors to that document. So when you read these documents, it will give you a broader understanding on how the issue about water safety, water quality, how it is being addressed is is in that document. So far so for good discussion, and I hope to always be around to provide more education when it comes to water quality issues in Liberia, because I've visited most of the counties, I think all of the 16 counties, and I've done sampling for the groundwater. I have some of the data of how the groundwater upload is like in some of the zones in Monrovia, as I indicated earlier. So these are things that I do, and I also do consultancy services for most of the mineral water factories around. Most of them complain, oh, our water always brown, our water tastes salty. Provide consultancy services like for the Bravo Mineral Water Factory. I provided consultancy services for them before. For the Coca-Cola factory, I provide consultancy service for them. So, and some other smaller mineral water factories around town that want to improve their water quality, to attract consumer and improve their business, something. So, these are things that I've always been open to do, especially serving humanity and serving, especially the community. Where my NGO, the Labrador Water Safety Initiative, are also been very engaged in sensitizing some rural communities around, especially where I live, my community. I said Pinsville. Most of the mineral water factories around Pinsville. Sometimes they get my contact through, some of the mineral water factories that have improved on their quality, and then they will say, "Oh yeah, you can contact Baldwin. They got suggestions on some of the equipments that you can buy on some of the stores around town, like City Better. They sell better water treatment equipment, advanced equipment, and then you want to know how to get them arranged in your factory. I also
Okay.
provide consultancy for that. So these are some of the things that we do. And thank you for the
Okay.
show.
Thank you so much for the time. It was actually good. I know, I mean, want to appreciate you for the time. I don't know if I don't have anything to say to you again, but for my end, I'm okay. It was a very good show. Edwin, do you have
Thank you.
anything to appreciate?
You are muted, Edwin.
Yeah, he's actually muted.
He's talking, but he's still muted. He didn't know.
You are muted.
You are muted,
So
Edwin.
Sorry. So I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Davis. Thank you for being on our platform. for being part of the Science and Society platform, for sharing your beautiful journey. And also, we have learned a lot of information you have shared with us, with those who are watching. And we look forward to having you another time to have another very important discussion. And I believe a lot of people have learned from you too. So next time we'll have to discuss another thing. So I want to say
Yeah.
also big thank you to those who are watching. Thank you so much for following. Keep inviting your friends to our platform, and let's keep learning and exploring together. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Mr.
much. Thank
Nice having
Marco,
you here.
Marco. Okay, so I mean Stephanie, Tracy, anything Makoya, do you have anything to say to him? There's no question time again, just to appreciate him.
Oh, I just want to tell him thank you for the time. It was nice having you here. We really learned from you, and we hope to see you again. For those that are following our platform, please remember to follow on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Steph,
Okay, so sir, thank you. Though it was not, something easy. It has some rocky side, but you did
internet.
excellently well. You, if not all the questions you answered, but then you were able to, somehow answer to our doubts. And I must commend you for that. You did excellent in your presentation. And we hope to have you again to know more of what you
Thank
have
you.
said. And this is your platform. Feel free and keep, impacting the world. And please, our water will not be delayed. Take care.
All right.
Tracy, 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 Josh. Oh, we can get Tracy. I don't know what's happening. But I mean, it was great. I think Bomosi Quita is saying thanks everyone, thanks family, thanks Mr. Bawin Darius. Great job. That's from Bomosi Quita. So she's also a member of our team. Emmett Chie also gave on NASA also here. He's also appreciating. So it was a good show though. We can get Tracy. We don't know if Tracy don't have anything to say, but it was actually good. Thank you so much. I hope that we will be here again on
Thank you.
Friday. Thank you so much, Mr. Davis, and it was actually a good show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, okay, folks. So we'll be leaving you guys. So I mean, it was actually a good show. Hope that we'll be here on Friday again. Friday will be here. Makoya, thank you for joining us. It was actually a good show. Edwin, I mean, I think we can call it a day.
We have had a lot of men on the platform. We need women. I
Yeah,
mean, I see somebody in this comment section, Bomosi. Do you know Bomosi? We can invite her.
yeah. Bomosi is part of our team. You know, every time I talk to her to come on because she have one of the touching story and she said she's not ready
Yeah,
yet.
we
But
can invite her
yeah,
on to have a talk with her.
yeah.
But
So
you might
I hope that
inbox me after the show.
okay, okay. I'm gonna do that because you're saying something to me. You know, like that. So because Stephanie
Yeah,
on
that's
Tuesday,
our recommending
until
another person.
no
But we can
on
try
Tuesday
Bomosi.
on Tuesday I can ready show you there will be female. I'm female for Tuesday show, not
Yeah,
Friday, but Tuesday.
let
So
let's
Friday we
balance
get
the something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Friday Tuesday we got one young lady from there. She just graduated with bachelor, but very good in the IT era. IT I think physics or something. She's a librarian. I think you should know her. So she too will be joining us. Uh, you two also know anyone to recommend Friday we can bring the person on. Maybe I think I'm sure Bomosi is going to join us. You know, I'm very sure she's watching, but I'm sure I'm going to get to her. She will have to bear oil and come on.
Yeah, we'll get to her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Stephanie, you have anyone to recommend? You muted.
You are
You
muted,
muted.
Steph.
You are muted.
Hello.
Stephanie, I think I'm getting a
I
lot of
still
logic
muted.
from you're not meeting, but I'm getting a lot of logic from the people from Bob before, but they say I should be paying you for your services here. How is that possible?
Of course, my man. Of course, Edwin. You guys need to be paying me, my man.
Your Bob before
My man
possible.
just got me on the show here with a permission from my country director, Mr. Mustafa Zeshiaman. He just took me off, and then you can't even tell the man like, "Oh, I'm having Stephanie on your show." So of course you should be paying them.
Okay,
Your
well, the
chairman
country will
only
pay
me
you.
or but
The
but
country
tell
will
your
pay you.
chairman or Mustafa chairman.
The
Edwin,
country
he
will pay
back
you.
me now.
The country will pay you. Don't worry.
Police,
Let,
you know you always get my back. He back me.
I back you, I
so
get your back.
Stephanie, if you know any
I'm
female,
not.
please
I'm
recommend.
not.
Please also recommend female for Friday.
You see what I can tell you, say the whole STEM field, most of the girls they are so afraid. Ladies, I don't know
Yeah,
why. Every time you call them they just give
Ah,
me excuses. I don't know why.
I knew Edwin was going
Stephanie.
somewhere. I knew. I just knew it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we want to challenge even people who are watching the live and people who will come after the particular live. We are challenging the females. If you are making impact in your little corner and where you are, come on the show. This show is for you. You are not paying any money, any money for it. Come on and share your story. So it's a challenge. If you claim to see the females are not afraid, we want the females to come on to prove themselves. So we have now been having only one female. The only female who, as far as concerned, have come on the show is Mevina. Mevina is the only brave female in STEM. So the rest of the
And mommy,
people,
you see Maybelline. Maybelline also, she's on that side. She's doing her international study. She's also doing it in the STEM field. Her,
yeah,
her, her story is
you
also
can
interesting.
you can bring her on. The other female, I talked to Susie, and Susie said she agree, but it's around the same time she come here, she in lab. By the time she goes to lab, so I wish you well in your engagement with Mirelli. Maybe she will say no. So, but I challenge Mirelli also to come on, so you can also tag on the live, guys. Let me.
I'm trying to reach out to another person too. I don't know whether she will be free, but if I get her response, I will let her know.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
guys.
the thing that
With me
Edwin
as
been
well.
talking sometimes, I try to agree with him sometimes. Like females, you guys don't have to be afraid of this type of platform, bro. This is where you have to show your intellectualism. Don't allow Edwin here be telling all type of things. Like really, once you're doing and making an impact in the society, especially when it comes to the science field, feel free. It's not something
No,
like we going to, maybe probably they can be thinking that the questions that we'll ask, it will be personal. Trust me, the questions are just simple questions. Make Edwin shame.
But the thing very
What?
easy.
Can
The
you
same way
imagine we're
Leon
looking
did
for
it. If you don't know it,
people,
be
females
honest
that
and
in
say I don't have
science
idea
field
about
up
this.
to now about 3 weeks. We can get one person to put their hands up and say, "Oh, I'm available."
no,
Uh,
that's the problem. So now we actually saying the truth. Now see the issue. What actually confuses me is the issue of Sandra. Sandra is saying she's busy, and she gave me some granted reason. But I think we have some time chatting. She said she will come on. She will tell me when she ready, but she something is tying on that. And there's a female that don't really say no to me. So I for her, but the other people I don't know. So I'm challenging the other females. They
So,
can.
mommy, wait. I think we need to say the criteria that you will be accepted on the show. Okay, number one criteria: we are not accepting high school students as our guests. That's number one criteria. Number two
No, no,
criteria.
it depends on the kind of thing the high school student did. Maybe probably the high school student did something that is more or innovative, more of beyond imagination will bring you to share your story. But I mean you
Okay,
were.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Supernatural things.
Yeah,
Mama,
it can
state
be.
the criteria and I say you know the criteria well, so people can know what are they fit in. I think that is one of the reasons why you are not having people that want to come out.
I think maybe we'll post it on the
People
page
like
later. We can read it out. We
Gatoyen,
can take our
and
time,
you know,
read it
people
out.
of high profile. Yeah, yeah.
So so
People
so
who
You
making
we'll do
understand me,
that.
impact. I mean,
Edwin?
people who using people who using their talent to change the environment
So
in
so
society around
Edwin
them.
so Edwin will also make that promotion for us, even though
Yeah,
we
I'll do
owe
it.
him
Don't
plenty
worry.
money. But he will
Most
also
them
use
owe
the
me plenty money.
sure. So I mean that's it, and we hope that since Shema only spending money, we hope that he will also be watching the show. We challenging Mustafa Zef Shema also because he the hair of all the female in Liberia so that he can be able to look for female to come and
Yeah,
to
that man,
qualify.
all the female like, bro, he's the hell.
Yeah. so I'm sending challenge to
Okay,
Mustafa
okay.
Shema. Right. Guys, I think we can call it a day, and I mean it was actually a good show. Seriously, it was actually a good
I
show.
want to be assistant to Mustafa said.
Okay, guys. So I mean, Edwin, we can. It was actually a good show, guys. Thank you for watching, and hope that you will join us. You join us on Friday. Again, Friday will be here with another edition of Science and Society. We are always here on Tuesday and Friday, and actually, it was actually a good show here to be here today and being here with one of our civil servant, Mr. Bowen Davis. He was sharing some of his experience in the area of water setting, water analysis, water purification at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. So I mean, it was actually good. Hope that you join us on Friday. Friday will be here again for another edition of our show. Join us. Don't forget to
You wanna come in, welfare, young girl. You wanna come in, welfare, young girl. You wanna come in, welfare, young girl. Young girl, oh, young girl.